Hi, Marketing 3004. My name is Marco Framini, and within this presentation, our team will be discussing two Blue Ocean recommendations in order to assist Banktech achieve future goals and generate future success. In our presentation, we will be discussing marketing report objectives, an industry analysis, and two Blue Ocean strategy recommendations. Through the conducted research and investigation of Banktech, we have considered the client's objectives, examined the client's operations, and have completed a full situation analysis. From our analysis, we have initiated concepts in order to take advantage of the declining use of cash, thus solutions to reposition the business for a beneficial future, as all of Banktech's products are cash engrossed. We have identified the various challenges arising from the situational factors, as they are including an increased competition from previous suppliers such as Cardtronics, declining cash preferences, and an increase in technological literacy, as digital wallets are becoming the norm within contemporary society. Currently, Banktech is experiencing a decline in product usage due to the social-cultural decline in physical cash preferences. Therefore, Banktech is determined to figure out how to take advantage of declining usage of cash and reposition itself in a new direction to continue to grow throughout the future. Furthermore, as a team, we uncovered that despite Banktech's dominance, particularly within the independent Australian ATM provider industry, the bargaining power of buyers with Banktech is moderate. This is exploited, as clients can easily spread word of mouth due to their strong industry connections. Also, payments as well as its necessity to not only meet the expectations of traditional cash users, but also the growing needs of the digitally concerned users in order for the business to continue its dominance, as the high standards of ATM, gaming, and FPOS processing that the brand itself represents. In the industry map, we have identified the numerous links that are associated with Banktech. The various subheadings include barriers to products and services, industry distribution channels, direct and indirect competitors, consumers, and partners. Linked to the subheadings include statistics of consumers, partner locations and venues, numerous competitors within the market, and supplier and manufacturer portrayals. Within our research, we have developed a SWOT analysis that directly informs the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats for Banktech. Firstly, strengths for Banktech include the exclusive time-bound contract agreements, which promotes an ardent loyalty rate of 90% renewal rates, and generating strong relationships and attaining extensive knowledge of the clubs, pubs, and hotel industry. Weaknesses include the dependence on dominant third-party suppliers and products are strictly focused on physical forms of cash. Opportunities can be perceived through sandbox trial and market participation, and the development of new advanced technology. Furthermore, threats include the growing interest rates within our society and through gambling and alcohol addiction rewarding. Our first recommended Blue Ocean strategy for Banktech is to create a digital wallet application. The digital wallet would allow for the interconnection between all of Banktech's networks into a simplified package. It would create a total autonomy for users to make withdrawals, purchases, betting limits, and creates convenience to manage on a mobile device. All interactions that is registered with an application will count towards an ever-growing tally of rewards for the future, as they include discounts, savings, and prizes. It is clearly depicted within the strategy canvas that the independent banking systems in the as-is graph are fairly below major banking systems. If the Blue Ocean strategy of implementing a digital wallet was completed, it is clearly perceived that Banktech would surpass their competition and create a sense of success within the to-be diagram.
Hello, my name is Luke Newton, and I'll be discussing with you today about how the first recommendation can be implemented into Banktech's culture, as well as discussing its benefits and how it will ultimately help Banktech reach its objectives. Building a new large-scale mobile app is not unfamiliar territory for the company. Last year, the Utopia Gaming System subsidiary released Utopia Loyalty, a fully integrated application designed to enhance loyalty by providing its users hospitality venues, a powerful analytical tool which monitors all of their electronic gaming machines and their Utopia Banktech devices to make informed business and marketing decisions. We are proposing that Banktech creates a new similar in scope integrated mobile application that extends its user reach to not only venue clientele, but also to the beating heart of the hospitality and gaming industries, the consumer. For this recommendation, we have triangulated a strong strategic sequence. With regards to buy utility, the cornerstone of the application is to design a much more intimate and personalized relationship shared between a partner Banktech venue and their consumers. This is accomplished through the construction of a suitable reward scheme that can build over time to be used on a variety of discounts, savings, and prizes to be won at varying point allocated benchmarks. With this system applicable to all facets of the hospitality and gaming industries, the reward structure can be tailor-made towards a user that prioritizes gaming machines or to someone who prioritizes the more social and consumption aspects of a hospitality venue. For a user to earn rewards, once by making a food or beverage purchase or by activating a new game, the user connects their phone through the use of tap-and-go technology to notify the Banktech or Banktech subsidiary system the user's desire to connect their account. If the user has earned enough points to justify a reward, the user has full autonomy to make the decision to use or to continue earning for greater returns. With Price, the app will be a free downloadable transaction for any user, as Banktech will earn its revenue through the direct cardholder transaction and game earning charges, where, for example, Banktech can earn 2% of a user's earnings as a tax for using the provided service. However, developing a new app of this nature will possess significant upfront costs with regards to its level of complexity. We will analyze these costs later in our presentation. Finally, with regards to adoption obstacles, Banktech's greatest struggle is the significant time-bound pressure to update all of their pre-established partner venues with this new piece of technology that combines all of their installed systems into one database. This is followed up with an obstacle of overcoming certain hospitality consumers' hesitancy towards banking technology due to their fears of it not possessing the same level of security and anonymity as physical cash. However, through the construction of a loyalty reward system and the app's ability to connect to all Banktech's products, including ATMs to make physical withdrawals, the app has the ability to win over the minds of both physical cash and digital wallet-oriented consumers. This idea can be implemented through the hiring of highly capable third-party software developers to design the intricate UI, UX, API, and backend technology necessary, with the option to produce further revisions if needed. The project would also need to design in-house specialized management and systems administration teams to oversee the entirety of the project from conception to fruition, as it is vital for them to meet all the necessary deadlines throughout the process, as well as maintain security and service standards, not just for venues, but also for its users after the public release. Secondly, Banktech will need to extend and enhance their partnerships with Apple and Android digital application stores to provide Banktech the ability to have access to a platform where they can publicly release the finished product. Finally, with the development of the app itself, Banktech must simultaneously develop a new enhanced network to install in all their current and future partner venues to ensure a strong internet connection is possible between the venue and the app itself. As a team, we have devised a potential budget that Banktech would have to spend in order to create and maintain an app of this nature. The final value is fully capable of fluctuating depending upon the extent to which Banktech is willing to spend over the complexity and intuitiveness of this recommendation. Our projected total cost is $1.1 million. However, the major bulk of this sum, $800,000, is a direct result from the extended long-term costs such as salaries, licensing agreements with digital stores, and continued maintenance. The minority of costs totaling to $300,000 involves the initial upfront costs in the actual development of the app, such as strategy development and market analysis. The total sum of $300,000 is actually a relatively cheap price point for an app of this scale, as costs generally rest between $200,000 to $600,000. By creating this app, Banktech will develop a place of greater convenience for not only their clientele, but also for consumers in terms of how they can better control the finances and data recordings, as well as build stronger chains of loyalty as consumers and clientele feel more valued with this proposed product, which ultimately enhances sales of these partnered venues, which can ultimately then create positive word of mouth, ultimately enhancing the already well-established position of Banktech as the market leader in independent banking services for the hospitality and gaming industries. As seen here is a proposed timeline of the project. The project will last 13 months. The length of this project is due to the extent of developing the app on top of redeveloping networks within venues to connect all Banktech's products to a user's device. This timeline is actually quicker than most systems of this nature, which does make this process of digitalization more attractive than others.
Hi, my name is Mohammed, and I'll be talking to you about recommendation 2. Banktech should deploy a new series of mobile ATMs within other industries that require cash as a main necessity, such as music festivals, sporting events, and all-day events. This notion of venturing into new blue ocean strategies will assist Banktech with releasing unexplored non-customers to still utilize cash if the opportunity presents itself. This is as customer satisfaction for the use of ATMs and cash handling machines is attributed towards convenience of location and easy accessibility to ATMs. Good, 1996. As most vendors across Australian events such as Vivid Light Festival and the Royal Easter Show accept cash only, deployment of mobile ATMs will work hand in hand with such events to optimize on sales and ATM usage. Customers at these events will need to access and handle cash at a quick and easy pace, and therefore Banktech should supply a certain amount of mobile ATMs to these functions to cater to the large population of consumers and minimize long queues. To assist with accessibility and placement convenience for clients, the ATMs can be deployed both in a trailer system and as a mobile ATMs around various locations of festivals and events. Furthermore, Banktech should also build long-term relationships with the Sydney Council Board and event organisers to further keep the supply chain active when it comes to deploying the ATMs and have more opportunity to make profits. Banktech can offer a cheaper surcharge fee upon their mobile ATMs, ranging from $1 to $2, in tandem with an attractive offer for festival management teams to consider in order to overcome competitive obstacles from wider competitions of the mobile ATM sector. This initiative will also give Banktech a competitive edge in allowing event attendees to use their products without worrying about incurring exorbitant charges. Banktech will be able to recoup its costs from the direct cardholder charge transactions and pay the venue's operating expenses, which equates to 68% of Banktech's total costs. The to-be graph shows major improvements from Banktech as opposed to their starting point in the as-is graph. The green line indicates Banktech's major improvements over their previous fall, which is indicated by the red line, beginning with the price. There's a sharp drop in price, making Banktech more competitive and enticing more customers and venues due to the lower cost. Convenience also improves in the to-be graph, showing Banktech getting closer to catching up with the convenience of the major banks. There is also a decent increase in functionality, also helping catch up to the major banks, making Banktech ATMs more useful and thus desirable. Lastly, there is a massive increase in inclusivity, relationships, and accessibility, with inclusivity and relationships catching up to near the level of the major banks, showing massive improvements in making Banktech much more desirable and thus competitive. And in terms of accessibility, Banktech actually surpasses the major banks, becoming more useful for the impaired.
Hi, my name is Hassan and I'll be discussing the strategic sequence behind this recommendation. I will elaborate on the buyer utility, the price we are offering, the cost that we will incur, and the adoption obstacles. The buyer utility for recommendation 2 will involve the ease of accessing the ATMs, the convenience of location for clients, and the decrease in surcharge fees, all contributing significantly to customer satisfaction. The metric of price will be highly beneficial as there will be a decrease in surcharge costs when utilizing the Banktech ATMs, making it more affordable whilst providing an easier accessibility for clients. Surcharge costs will be fixed at $1 for all transactions. This price is suited for the segment of middle-class customers at live events and festivals and will have further financial advantage over less well-established competitors. With regards to costs, Banktech will need to incur initial costs of mass-scale purchasing of ATM hardware, investments into market research, as well as needing to hire other services such as security personnel, maintenance, and standby customer support specialists. These initial short-term costs of the campaign will be relatively high. However, once a mobile ATM starts gaining consistent transactions throughout these events, Banktech will be able to foresee profitability growth within the second year. The adoption obstacles that Banktech will face are of regular maintenance issues due to the mass usage of the mobile ATMs, and for that we will need to have customer support personnel on standby, and we'll also need to set strict quality measures with the supplier to avoid any regular issues. This blue ocean strategy may also be hampered by external causes such as environmental catastrophes. In order to maintain the flexibility of the mobile ATMs, Banktech may need to invest into portable shelters for these products, as well as attract connections amongst various venues and event companies to minimize major cash flow losses. Maintenance specialists will also be on standby if one of the ATMs are not functioning correctly. The flexibility and the mass deployment of the mobile ATMs allows Banktech to minimize losses and capitalize on customer transactions on said events. I will now further discuss the implementation and deployment of the mobile ATMs within live events and festivals. As most small live events generate $7,000 in profit monthly, major larger festivals enjoy over $1 million in profit from said events annually. Events that Banktech can aim to target are of the Royal Easter Show, the popular Vivid Light Festival, as well as the Noodle Night Markets, which have been very successful this year. Hence, it is necessary that Banktech looks to invest into intensive market research and brand awareness to lock in contracts and relationships with various councils, event organizers, and tourism boards to assist Banktech in offering their services annually. The mobile ATMs will be stationed around the most frequent trafficked areas and will be scattered around venues to increase the convenience of location. To further assist customers in making their transactions more seamless, surcharge fees will be minimized to encourage positive word of mouth. Banktech will also be more inclusive in their approach with the rollout of mobile ATMs as to cater to people with disabilities. This will be executed via modifying the mobile ATMs to consist of larger screens, lowering the height for customers in wheelchairs, and having ATM buttons to be more user-friendly for customers that are blind. Maintenance specialists will also be on standby if one of the ATMs are not functioning correctly. The flexibility and the mass deployment of mobile ATMs allows Banktech to minimize losses and capitalize on customer transactions on said events. The benefits of deploying mobile ATMs is that Banktech are able to adapt to the trends of cashless spending and are utilizing the blue ocean strategy to venture into new markets where competitors will be at minimal and cash handling and withdrawal will be mostly demanded. The budget for such a campaign lists the following expenses Banktech will need to incur for their campaign to move forward. Banktech are overall spending $326,000 considering we need to do intensive market research, venue hiring, and making sure the mobile ATMs are maintained, as well as installing and setting up the ATMs at events. $230,000 is dedicated towards salaries for the management and administration sector, as well as the security personnel that we will need to hire every event annually from Armor Guard. The hidden costs of offering this service will also need to be considered, such as insurance on the products, requiring permits, and the legal structure. With events and festivals rolled out monthly and each year in every state, let alone Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane, these events generate more than $1 million in revenue, and this will also correlate heavily into ATM usage and transactions. We are looking to undertake up to 20 to 30 events each year, ranging from music festivals to food events to community gatherings. Throughout each project, the goal is to leave positive experiences for not only customers and said events, but build prosperous relationships with organizers and event management. Positive customer service and the quality of mobile ATMs is how we will grow the brand awareness organically and create long-term relationships with clients. I will now be guiding you through the 11-month campaign process and Gantt chart layout, which will showcase our plan in rolling out the mobile ATMs. Market research and utilizing marketing strategies will be dedicated on the first 4 months of the campaign. These 4 months will comprise of intensive research and implementation of market strategies to further expose brand awareness for Banktech to reach venue prospects. Starting from the 1st of March to the 30th of April will consist of hiring venues, registering for permits, and starting the process of planning regarding the venues. This period will also be critical as planning process will initiate, and we will need to assess venue layouts, plans, and make sure Banktech can optimize to full potential throughout the main rollout period. Starting from the 1st of May, we will need to start the installation and program setup, in which we will consist of doing quality checks, making sure the mobile ATMs are ready for service on due date. 1st of July will be the main rollout date for the Banktech mobile ATMs, as well as trailers to assist. The live events will operate for 1 to 2 months, in which we will also do maintenance checks starting from the 1st of August. Coming to the end of the campaign, Banktech will be hiring security personnel to withdraw money. Performance analysis will also begin on the 1st of September to assess the outcomes of the ATMs and analyze if the campaign has made its necessary targets.
Thank you for your time, attention, and most importantly, the opportunity. We hope our recommendations will provide new insight and perspective that will prove fruitful for Banktech.